Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is wonderful to be here with you today talking about managing your power. How do you manage your power? That is the question, right? It's important to know how to manage your power, how to keep it, how to use it, how not to leak it. All of these things matter when you are living and working in the world. They matter while you're still awake here in the world, right?
Welcome to Success Through Meditation. I'm Shakti, coming to you from a lineage of enlightenment to help you to see, honor, and love the light within yourself so that you can see, honor, and love the light within others.
So Gary Zukov, if you know him, he wrote Seed of the Soul. He said in that book, he said, when we align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the highest part of ourselves, we are filled with enthusiasm, with purpose and meaning when the personality comes fully to serve the energy of its soul. That is authentic empowerment. When you know who you are, in other words, when you know who you are, when you are aligned with your truth, with your soul, with God, with Source, with you, there is nothing more powerful. You're at your very, very best, which is a beautiful thing, isn't it? You're at your best. So power, what is it? Why does it matter? Why do we look for it? And why do we need it? Power is energy. And the more you have, the more you're able to serve. That's the bottom line of it. Power is energy. Every time that you meditate, you gain power, you gain energy, you store power. You have you store a treasure chest of power in your being every time that you meditate. It is stored within you, and it's up to you to maintain it and to keep it at its highest level so that we can serve. Meditation teaches you how to have control of your power. Power without wisdom is, well, all we have to do is look at our world and see how power without wisdom is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. So it's important to not only gather as much power and energy as you're able so that you can serve more efficiently, but to learn about knowledge and wisdom while you are seeking power. And meditation, of course, teaches you how to control your thoughts, your thinking mind. When you control your mind, you control your life, right? You're able to then control your life because it is not about what happens to you, is it? Not about what happens to you. It is about how you think about and how you react to what happens to you. That's what the thinking mind needs to grapple with. It's not about how you live in this world, what happens to you. It's how you react to what happens to you. So when you have control of your thinking mind, you're able then to think positive thoughts about anything that happens to you in this world. But it's also about what you bring, the energy that you bring into your world, into your life, the things that happen to you and why you bring them into your life. It's important to reflect on these things. Why did this happen to me? Why did that happen to me? What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? That is what the thinking mind needs to handle. How can I grow from this? How do I react to it? So through meditation, you learn to stay awake. And this, of course, is after you've learned to awaken. After you've awakened in this world, it's about learning to stay awake in your meditation practice, how to be awake in your daily life, minute to minute, day to day, how to be, and how to think about how to be in your life. Because so first you have to awaken to the idea that you need to wake up. And this happens very naturally. It's not something that that one day you say, well, I need to wake up. No, what actually happens is that you begin to awaken. You begin to awaken. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. There's a yearning, a desire for more, something deeper, more of a connection to all that is, to life, to love, to compassion. There is a yearning to be more connected with these feelings, these ideas, these states of being, a happier state of being. You have this yearning to be happier. I was talking to a friend just yesterday about how this happened for me, and how it is that I met my teacher. And how I met my teacher is one subject, but what happened when I did meet my teacher is something to note, which was that I never understood quite. I thought I was a happy person, but when I met my teacher, I saw that there was so much more. And through being with my teacher, all I knew was that I wanted to be in his presence so that I could gather and know the energy that he embodied more intimately within myself. Not the person, no, it was what he represented, what he was able to teach me through simply being. When you're around someone with so much light, you're able to understand so much more about your own light, and you're able to connect more with the light that you hold within yourself. And so I realized after being with him that the pain of being disconnected from light was too much to bear. And so every day, that was my quest, to be connected to light, to be connected to love, to be connected to compassion on a moment by moment basis. It was a very, very strong yearning. And so when he left the body, here we were left to take on what he had taught us, to learn more about being in that light on our own, to pursue light, the light that we have within us, to pursue it, to be connected to it on our own. So first we awaken to the idea that we should be awake, or that we might want to be awake. Let me put it to you that way, right? Which is a very, very powerful thing. It's to awaken finally from the dream of this life that we think, until we awaken, we think that this is real. But what we understand, what we come to know, is that this is all an illusion. And the reason it's an illusion, and the reason you can see it's an illusion, is because all things come and go. All feelings, all possessions, everything that you see around you in this moment will all be gone at some point in time. When the pyramids were built, the people who were building it had a purpose to keep something here, something about them here through millennia, right? For so, so long. And even the pyramids wear away, don't they? Everything will be gone at some point. It will take longer on some, shorter on others, but nothing remains, which illustrates the idea that this world is an illusion. What is true and what remains always through it all is love. No matter who comes and goes, no matter who is alive and who dies, love remains. Always love remains. If you've lost anyone in your life, anyone that you have loved, you know that the love remains, don't you? You understand this. That is what's real. That is the truth in the reality of living in this world. Love. Love. So the more that we are connected to love, the more that we understand love or pursue love, the higher our vibration. The higher our vibration, the higher our thoughts. The higher our thoughts, the higher the things that we bring into our lives. always the things that we attract. We attract always at our own vibration, right? We attract the things that vibrate with us into our lives. Knowing this, then you can take responsibility for the power that you have. And taking responsibility for the power that you have means that you can change anything about your life at any time. You can change it. This is a very empowering thought, that we are responsible for all that happens to us. We are responsible for all that happens moving forward. Staying in love, staying in compassion, we attract a higher vibration of matter. I mean, love is simply the vehicle to what we draw into our lives, right? The more we love, the more we draw things to love, right? So you can change it. You're more aware, you're more connected, and living your truth. The truth of being your aware, compassionate, loving, and awake self draws more of just that into your lives. No shrinking around other people or circumstances, no. You are connected and aligned to the calling of your soul when you understand love, compassion, and being connected to it. When we live in the seat of power, as Larry Zukov talked about, the seat of the soul, when we live in the seat of power, your purpose is then revealed. We talked about your purpose on last week's webinar. The purpose of your life, what is it? How do you recognize it? You recognize it when the fog of life, when the fog of this illusion is lifted. That's how you're able to recognize your purpose. And it shows up more clearly. It shows up the clarity of what you came here to do. And by the way, if somehow it hasn't shown up, if somehow you're still not clear on what it is that you're supposed to do, keep asking, keep having faith, trust, and know that your purpose, your calling will be revealed. That is another part of this equation, trust and faith in yourself, knowing that you are love incarnate, to have trust and faith in what happens to you, what will happen to you, always seeing the brighter side, always thinking positively about these things that happen in our lives. Your job is to see clearly. That's the task for you, to see clearly. And you need more power to be able to see clearly. So you do this by calming your thoughts, by silencing your thoughts, so that you can listen, to the musings of eternity, so that you can see what it is that you're here to do, exactly what it is that you're here to do. And you do this through the meditation practice, through your meditation practice. You're able to dream a bigger dream than maybe the one that you're looking at right now. You're able to dream a bigger dream with the ability to silence your thoughts. With the monkey mind in constant chatter mode, it's hard to hear, it's hard to listen to eternity. And the idea is that eternity may offer more beautiful, more enlightened ideas and thoughts, right? So we do this through meditation. We dream a bigger dream. And you can imagine who it is that you want to be with clarity. You can imagine. And you can decide and take back your power. You can take back your power that you may have lost for whatever reason, of being around whomever, having this or that experience. You can take back your power with clarity. So a good idea that I recommend that you do is to write down all of the moments in your life, empowering moments in your life, and maybe relive them for just a moment. These moments of power help you to remember exactly who you are and what you are capable of doing. So you write down the empowering moments of your life that worked to empower you, your accomplishments, the moments when you lifted someone else's spirits, moments of discovery, et cetera, et cetera. Write these things down. And whenever you are feeling a little depleted or your energy has waned or has been given away or leaked away, you can go to these moments, this list, and remember. Remember your powerful self. Because you must watch what you do. You must watch where your power is given away. Your relationships, being insecure with who you are, being worthy or not worthy. You need to keep an eye on these ideas so that you can, at any moment, empower yourself with a memory. You can take back your power, change your thinking in any moment to have only empowering thoughts, to be able to catch yourself takes discipline. It takes clarity to be able to catch a thought that is not empowering, that is negative within your mind. Always strive to maintain positive thoughts about yourself. Think positively about yourself, always, in every moment. These are empowering moments that you're able to think only positively about yourself. And then, of course, be you. Trust in you. Try to be no one else, but be yourself. There's only one you. Only one you. You're the only one who can be you as well as you. So trust yourself. Have faith in yourself that you are enough simply because you exist. You are enough. Pay attention to your thinking. Are you thinking winning thoughts or losing thoughts? Are you a winner or a loser within your own mind? Are you lovable? Are you unlovable? How do you think about yourself? How do you see yourself? As being lovable or unlovable? Do you see yourself as being worthy or unworthy? These are things to monitor, to keep an eye on. Do you see yourself as being smart or not so smart? Always think positively, that you're brilliant. Do you see yourself as being beautiful? Keep these positive thoughts in your mind. Are you a giver? Do you give or are you a taker? Think positively. Be the giver that you want to be. Be the loving being that you want to be. Be that. Trust yourself. See yourself as being love incarnate, light incarnate. It's tough, isn't it? It's tough sometimes. Society wants to put you into a box. They want to hold you there. Family wants to keep you exactly where you are. They want to hold the you that they have known in the same place for as long as they possibly can. When you begin to change, people who know and love you may have a challenge with it because they would have to change how they see you, wouldn't they? And that can be tough. That can be hard on people. But it's okay. You change anyway into the more positive, light-filled being that you truly are. When you begin to awaken, you begin to see these things. And with meditation and more clarity, you're able to embrace the lovable you, the smart you, the beautiful you, on a moment-by-moment basis, every single day. And of course, I recommend that when you awaken daily, look in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you. Love yourselves so that you can then love others without expectation. Be the love that you want to show to the world. Be that. Be that love. And don't allow anybody to put you into a box, ever, ever. It keeps you tied to who they think you are, who they told you that you were. You choose. You decide to define your being, to define yourself. Speak and act according to your truth, the truth of being you. It brings me to just a quick thing to bring up, that your throat chakra is where you speak your truth, isn't it? This is where we express ourselves. And I've known so many who are unable to express their truth in a moment of discussion. They clam up. They aren't able to speak their truth. All you need to do when this happens is to focus in this area, just for a moment, meditate in this area. See it as a light blue, sort of a robin's egg blue light, right? The color of your throat chakra. Just focus there for a few moments so that you can speak your truth. You can show whomever it is that you want to show who you are, having complete faith and trust in who you are. That doesn't mean that, once in a while we don't put our foot in our mouth. No, it's okay though. It's all right. It's all okay. Forgive yourselves for everything. But speak your truth. Know your truth first, and then have faith and trust. When you come from the seat of your soul, the love of your soul, the being who you are, the light who you are, when you come from that place and have faith and trust that that is who you are embracing in every moment, then anything that you speak or say is beautiful. And sometimes, yes, we put our foot in our mouth, because usually when that happens, it's because we had too much going on up here, right? Instead of simply speaking your truth, the love in who you are, the power in who you are. So always make sure that this chakra is kept open to be able to speak your truth, so that you can decide, you can define yourself and speak and act according to your truth, the truth of being you. And as I said, every morning or every day when you wake up, look in the mirror and say, I love you. First thing, say, I love you. Do things that empower yourself. The loving, compassionate, light-filled being that you are. Build your treasure chest of power within yourself through meditation daily, and then through knowing your purpose. There are so many things that you can do to build your power. Read, listen, exercise, get into nature, but most of all, meditate. Silence your thoughts. And trust. Trust your being. Knowing that your every intention is to be the love and the light that you know that you are. Don't be distracted. Don't allow the distractions of this world to flood your mind with ideas and thoughts that don't fit with the truth in who you are, that don't connect with the truth in who you are. Hold the connection to your love and your light within, and have faith and trust that you will always act accordingly. There are the Eightfold Path in Buddhism states to always speak correctly, do correctly, work correctly, think correctly, and have faith that you will in maintaining your connection to light and love. Trust yourself. For those of you who may be new to the practice of meditation, every day when we wake up, we sit, we take a shower, or at the very least wash our hands and face, and then we sit with our back straight, tummies are empty, we're wide awake. If you're not quite awake, do some exercises, some stretches, maybe have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. and stay awake during your meditation practice. There are modalities in meditation that say lay down when you meditate, which is fine. Every modality works. Just pick one. The one that I teach is to stay awake. And the reason is that it's the most happy time of the day to meditate. It's your brightest, happiest time. So why not enjoy it and be awake? Right? So we stay awake and we meditate. We sit for 15 minutes. In our meditation practice, we use music that is infused with enlightened energy to help to sort of block out the ideas, the thoughts, the transmissions of the other billions of people on our planet. The music helps to block it out. So we use music, and at the end of our meditation, we bow, forehead to the ground, and offer our meditation up to the universes in love and gratitude for all that is, for all that we are, and for this beautiful life that we are living. It's a very, very good and highly karmic thing to be a human on this planet. It's a major gift to us to be alive, to be riding this wonderful roller coaster called life. And you can empower it and fill it with all the love in all the universes throughout all time, with your own intention, with your own empowered being. You can empower yourself. You know, power is a funny thing. Energy, right? It's a funny thing, but the bottom line of it is that we need it to be able to serve. And when our power and energy is gone, we move on to the next adventure. We die. Our bodies die. We don't die, right? Our bodies die. And we move on to our next adventure. So power and energy are vital for having the kind of life that you want to have. Imagine it, dream it, and then create it by maintaining your positive thoughts, by meditating and silencing your thoughts so that you can be all that you want to be in this lifetime. Love with abandon, while starting with yourself. All right, I'm going to take myself off camera and we'll begin to relax the body for meditation. Take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hold for the count of 3 at the top. Focus all of your attention on your eyes, the muscles around your eyes, and relax the muscles around your eyes. As you do, your facial muscles, your jaw muscles will also begin to relax. If you have any tension at all in your scalp, relax your scalp. Relax your neck, your throat. Relax your shoulders, your chest. Relax your upper arms, your lower arms. Relax your hands and your fingers. Relax, relax, relax. Relax your back, the muscles on either side of your spinal column. Relax your abdomen. Release all the muscles in your abdomen. Relax your hips. Relax your upper legs, your lower legs. Relax your feet and your toes. Relax, relax, relax. Today, I'm going to ask that you imagine a dream that you have for your life. But first, I'd like you to focus on your power center, which sits an inch or so above your belly button as a golden ball of light. Focus on this chakra, your power center, and visualize it as the golden light that you are. See this light growing in intensity, bright and shining golden light. And now what we're going to do is take our hands and put our palms facing each other in front of our navel center, in front of our power center, about sort of the distance of a basketball or a football for my European friends. You know, put your hands facing each other as like you're holding a ball in your hands there. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine a dream that you have, something that you would love to have in your life. And you're going to take the golden ball of light resting in your power center, and you're going to place it between your hands. When you do, you should be able to feel a warmth between your hands as you're holding this golden ball of light that is you, that is your power center. And now you're going to place this dream that you have inside of this golden light, resting in front of you between your hands. Feel this dream. Feel your light. You should feel some heat between your hands. You can move your hands a little bit closer and further apart, and you can feel the energy between your fingertips, between your hands, as it holds this dream that you have imagined for your life in this center of power that is being fed by your power chakra. Feel this golden light with this dream in your hands. And now take this ball of light, this golden ball of light holding your dream, and place it on your heart center, in the center of your chest. Place this light in your heart chakra to purify it, to beautify it, to make it clear for you. And then let it be. Give this dream that you have to your heart and allow eternity to make it so, as it rests in your heart, coming from your power center. Now let go. Let it go. No need to think about it. Unless you imagine it, of course, on your daily errands, you imagine it with a smile on your face, with power in your belly being given to your heart center. No need to think about it. No need to worry about it ever. Make sure you don't worry about it. We have only positive energy for this dream that you have for your life. Resting now in your heart center, in the hands of eternity. And we make it so. And so it is. Continue to focus on your power center, this golden ball of light resting in your navel area, into the first few moments of our meditation music. And then let go. Let go and let eternity do with you what it will. Now, let's meditate. Namaste. Thank you so much for being with us today and for making our world a better place through your practice, your meditation practice, and wanting to make the world a happier, lighter, more powerful, more energetic place. Thank you. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Remember that managing your power takes intention, a bit of a focus on meditating, getting into nature, eating as well as you can, exercising, doing all of the things that empower you, keeping your thoughts in a high place, always thinking well of yourself, saying I love you first thing when you wake up. Intention and memory too, to help to get these things done, right? But mostly to meditate, most importantly. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaste. The light in me sees, honors, and so loves the light in you. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.